Hello. So in the last video, we talked about the characteristics that were the requirement for being a polygon, which were at least 3 line segments, no intersections, and then it had to be a closed plane figure. So in this video, we're going to talk about naming a polygon. So we're going to talk about the prefix, and then we're going to talk about the suffix. So the suffix is gon. So that means sided figure. So in polygons, poly actually means many. So when you put it together, it means many-sided, which we know from one of the requirements, it being at least 3 line segments, it's going to be many-sided. So we are going to look at 3-sided through 10-sided polygons and see how the sides affect the prefix and affect the name in total. So the prefix plus the gon is going to make our name, and then we have our shapes all the way in this right-hand column. So go ahead and make your columns. I'm going to move out of the way. You can pause right here if you want to go ahead and do this, or if you want to come back to this screen and take your notes at the end. It is completely up to you. So for this first one, we have our 3-sided polygon. So the prefix is tri. We actually have 2 names that this one can be called. So we have the less commonly known one, which is a trigon, and then we have the one that everybody knows, which is a triangle. So the shapes of what it looks like are this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they're all different forms of a triangle as we know it, or a trigon. They both mean the same thing. They both have that tri prefix. One uses the more common suffix that we use for polygons, and then one has a slightly different one, but it's the more common one that we use in the English language. So on to the next one. So we have the number of sides is 4. So this one is a little bit different too. We have tetra or we have quad. They both mean 4. So we have our tetragon, which uses the more common suffix, and then we have our quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. It's kind of a fun one. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. I'm going to say it one more time. Quadrilateral. Okay, so this one is our more common one. So our tetragon means that it's a 4-sided polygon, but our quadrilateral is going to be the one that you want to use. So once you get into this quadrilateral tier, we then can break it up into many more names. We're not going to get too far into that. That's going to be for a different grade, a different video, but you guys know some of them already. So under quadrilateral, we have our square, we have our rectangle, and then we have just any 4-sided polygon that meets the other characteristics of a polygon. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got some other fancier names for a lot of those. And then we have our 5-sided. So we have penta. So penta combined with gon is a pentagon. So as you guys have probably heard of the Pentagon, the building, if you look at it from an aerial view, from a top view, the Pentagon building actually has this shape, a 5-sided shape of that building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the most commonly drawn shape of the Pentagon or viewed shape. But any 5-sided polygon is a pentagon. So any of these other looking ones are also considered, even though this is the one that most people draw it as. Number side 6 is hexa. That's the prefix. So hexagon, you're adding it to that suffix. Hexagon. So this is going to be your most common hexagon. It's your common one. And then any other 6-sided shape is a hexagon as well. Number side 7, we have hepta. Hepta, don't forget that P. And then put it together with our gon, our suffix, heptagon. Any 7-sided figure is going to be a heptagon. Our next one is an 8-sided figure. Octa is the prefix for 8, octa, just like an octagon or, well, that's our word, octagon, or I meant octopus. An octopus has 8 legs. So octagon is our word with our suffix. And an octagon is actually, if this looks familiar to anybody, it's like a stop sign. And then any other 8-sided shape is also an octagon. 9 for 9 sides is nana. So nana is your prefix. Put it together with gon as your suffix, and you have a nonagon. Nonagon. Okay, so it's a 9-sided shape. And that's anything that has 9 sides and still fits into your polygon category or characteristics. And then last but not least, 10 number of sides. Deca is your prefix. Your name is decagon, putting that prefix with your suffix. And then you have any 10-sided shapes are your decagons. And think about deca. Decade, if you've heard of that, is 10 years. So that's where that 10 comes from. So you can just, if you think of any other words that use these prefixes, that'll help you remember what they mean when you see these words. So I, as always, have a little challenge for you. Once you take these notes, go ahead and create a funky face. Make sure to label it. You need at least 5 of these shapes. This is my little funky face. You see I have them all labeled. They can be any ones that you want, some that you maybe already knew, like the triangle, and maybe some new ones. And maybe some ones you knew already, like the square and the rectangle, but you didn't know that their name was a quadrilateral. So have fun with that, and thank you for watching.